All right, in our town, Carlson, it's a small town. We had 8 POWs in the war, World War II. The 2 of us are only alive today, Funzi and myself. 6 other guys, they passed away. Now we'll go with some of the guys. Oscar Hilly, Tommy Cordwell, Adolf Zinnerman,
Say something.
Philly Daniels.
Philly Daniels, Charlie Fasari, Johnny Fasari, and there's one more guy, damn it, I can't remember his name, but there was 8 guys. We all came home at the same time. Well, one of us came home, but then I was the last guy to come back. But we all got home. We had a wonderful time. Everything worked out good. Then there was other guys that got killed in the war too, and we should mention their name. One guy, he lived next door to me. He went to play football with us, right, Funzi?
Yeah.
His name was
Dolly Mastriani.
Dolly Mastriani. He was a wonderful guy. He was 22 years old. He got killed. And another guy that got killed in the war was P.D. Rasmus. They named the field in Carlston after P.D. Rasmus. And that's one thing we have to say. People don't know why the field was named P.D. Rasmus. They don't have to say. They don't say he was from World War II or just a name. See, that name means a lot to me and Funzi because we grew up with the guy. You see, people don't even know why that field was named. They named the George Washington Bridge after George Washington, but they named P.D. Rasmus Field. They don't know why they named the field. That's why us guys from World War II like to be recognized with some of the things that some of the guys that got killed in the war first, right, Funzi?
Yeah.
And there was other things.
Teddy Affinito.
Kenny Alfinito. And in our town, Funzi lived on Union Street, I lived on Lincoln Street. The guy across the street from me, Johnny Frittopelli, was in the war. Guys next door to me, Dolly Mastriani, his brother, right?
Yeah, Tommy.
And then there was Prigios. There was Jerry Prigio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Parisi.
Yeah.
And who else, Funzi?
Jerry and Joey.
Joey.
Parisi.
Yeah.
Jerry Parisi, they were in the war.
My cousin.
And there was Alfanitos, right?
Teddy Affinito.
Yeah, there's Delisa.
There's about 4.
4 Delisas were in there. Now these are the guys, like people today, if they went around and asked who's in the service around their area, they can't name anybody. But years ago, I can name you 40 people around our town that went into service. And people forgot about these guys that fought for us, they died for us, and people don't remember it. That's why today they should remember the guys. Memorial Day, like I was saying to Funzi before. We always recognize Memorial Day for guys that gave their life for this country. And it's not a holiday, it's a day that we should remember the guys that gave their lives. 19 years old, passed away. I lived 70 years more than this other guy did. And it's not right. This guy should have been with me today. Mm-hmm. What else?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
It's hard to think back and remember the people that you grew up with, played with, and everything, and then to see, you hear where they got killed, and it's a horrible thing. There were so many from the town that went in service, served their countries, and came home. They did a great job.
I had 2 brothers that went into service. One was in the Air Corps, and one was older than me, and one was younger than me. He was in the Navy. We all went together, and it's got good memories of my brothers going into service. So years ago, it's a different ball game. Today, it isn't like it used to be. Everybody fought for our country, thought about our country, and went for our country. There's other things we could say, but we can't say it. So
the people were good to us. All the people around in town, in Karlstad, they really, they did everything for us that they could. They fed us, they took care of us, encouraged us and everything. And, they did a great job. They made you feel like you were doing something worthwhile.
Funzi's right about all that stuff, but let me tell you something. the people didn't take care of the guys from Vietnam and
No.
and Korean War. They should have done that. Because when you're in service, it don't make any difference. A bullet in the World War II in Korea or Vietnam kills you the same way. So they should have recognized the people. I blame the people, not the soldiers in that, because they fought for our country. They should have came out and did the same thing that they did in World War II. World War II, we were recognized, but they didn't recognize the other ones, and it's a shame that anybody in service didn't be recognized. Even today, if you see a soldier giving his life, they should congratulate the guy. We're gone, we're old timers, but the guys that are in service, you see a uniform, always recognize it, because that's the thing today. Without them, our life is shot. War is a bad thing, and today for these guys fighting for us, they, instead of going on picnics and that, they should recognize these guys going to war. What else, Lindsay?
Yeah, well, they come back, people over here, what makes you feel good is you'll be walking down the street and the guy knows you're a servicer, man, he'll come over, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, you all did.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. We walk around, Quincy and I, with POWs, not because we want to glorify. We want to show people that there was POWs. People don't even know. This guy come up to me one day and says, "What's POW?" I said, and he says, "Is there a I said, "Yeah, it's a restaurant in California." They don't even know what POW means, and people don't even know. You know, I'm going to tell you something today, and I don't say this often. You see the American flag? That's what we fought for. You see the flag under the American flag. You know what the flag is? People don't even know. It's a POW flag. And you know what the POW stands for? Never to be forgotten. And you want to know something? It's forgotten already. People don't even know what that flag is there. Why is that flag waving? They're supposed to be on all nail places, right? What are they called?
Municipal
Post
buildings.
Post office.
Yeah.
They're supposed to have a flag in every post office, any government building. You go in some towns, they don't have it, but then there's some places have it. But there should be in all over. Like sometimes at Yankee Stadium, they show the American flag. Sure, they show once in a while the POW flag, right? But they show all the baseball flags. What's about the POW? They never put a spotlight on the POW flag. Where there's guys who, there were 75,000 missing American soldiers. In the Korean War and the Vietnam War, there was a lot of missing guys. They're still looking for them and all that stuff. Ask the mothers and fathers what happened to their kid when they died in the war. Missing in action. People think it's a big joke. But if you were the mother and father of this kid that was POW missing in action, you would try to remember them. But people forget. I'm not angry, but I want to say what's on my mind.
Passionate about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people forget. And I think that the government should get under this and make more POW flags and put them up to show that guys are missing in action in that.
One of my friends was killed during the war in the Pacific, Tony Gallo,
Yeah.
Anthony. And they brought his body home to be buried. And so we all went down, of course, by the house to mother, and they come out, and the guy, you know how they do, with the flag, folding it up, then giving it to the mother. And I always remember this, "Oh, I give you a son, you give me a flag," you know. She was trying to say, stuff it, you know,
Yeah,
because of that.
Today, I gotta say this, I don't know where we're saying this for, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. It should be in school. I don't care, all this education you have, common sense will tell you why these kids got what they got today, and these jobs that these guys have today. If it wasn't for the guys that fight for it, if we would have lost the war, you see what everybody be doing.
Yeah.
So that's why, remember the guys that are in service today, not us guys. The guys that are in service, you see, it doesn't take anything to pat you on the back. Now let me tell you something, a lot of times I wear the POW, if somebody says, "Thanks a lot," I said, don't thank me, thank the guys that are protecting you today. People forget that there's a war on. Every day there's a guy getting killed. You don't see it in the paper, but you see a guy hitting a home run. But you don't see a guy getting killed for our country to have what we have today. If it wasn't for this guy fighting for us, this guy would never hit a home run. He wouldn't have no baseball. That's what I have to say about the thing, about never being forgotten.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
That's good.